Damen und Herren, bitte begrüßen Sie Jürgen Pippig, Leiter Kommunikation Motorsport der Audi AG.
Dankeschön.
Thank you,
Dankeschön.
thank you.
Das waren, meine Damen und
Ladies and
Herren,
gentlemen, that was some very emotional footage from our successful motorsports history.
Herzlich willkommen bei Audi. Ein
On
ganz
that note,
besonderes
welcome to Audi.
Willkommen möchte ich
And in
den
particular, I would
Kolleginnen
like
und
to
Kollegen sagen,
welcome the colleagues
der
here
Medien, die uns heute schon zum
from
zweiten
the
Mal
media
die Ehre
who
machen und bei
have
uns
done us
sind.
the honor
Ja,
of being with us
das
twice
waren
today
Bilder,
and who are
die Lust
here
auf mehr
now.
machen.
Now, those are, of course,
Nämlich auf die
pictures that
Motorsportsaison 2013.
give you an
Meine
appetite
Damen
for
und
more.
Herren,
For the motorsport season in
wissen es.
2013.
Der
Ladies and gentlemen,
Motorsport
as you know,
von Audi steht
Audi
für
Motorsports
Kundensport,
stands for
für
customer sport,
Sportprototypen,
customer
schnellen
racing,
Le Mans
sport
Autos
prototypes,
und
and
die DTM.
quick Le Mans
Über
cars
die
and
DTM,
DTM.
darüber wollen wir heute
And today
mit
we're
uns,
going to
mit
be
Ihnen
talking
sprechen. An
with
dieser Stelle
you
ein herzliches
about the
Willkommen
DTM. Now I'd like to take
an
this
alle
opportunity
unsere
to
Motorsportler.
welcome all of our
Ich freue mich
drivers.
sehr, dass die
I'm
aktuellen Le
pleased
Mans-Sieger
that the current
und
Le Mans
Langstreckenweltmeister
winner
heute unter uns sind.
and long
Begrüßen Sie mit mir
distance
ganz herzlich
champions
André Lotterer,
are with us here
Benoît
today.
Trellouillet,
Welcome, André
Marcel
Lotterer,
Fessler.
Benoît Trellouillet,
Und zu Marcel
and Marcel Fessler.
Eine Ergänzung, Dankeschön.
Thank you, thank you.
Und zu Marcel
And
Fessler
let me
eine
say something
Ergänzung.
about Marcel Fessler.
Er ist der erste
He is
Schweizer,
the first
der
Swiss person
Automobilweltmeister geworden
who
ist
was a
zweimal
world
Le
champion
Mans gewonnen
and
hat.
won Le Mans twice as
Dann
well.
haben wir noch dein Applaus.
That's your
Dann haben wir
applause.
hier noch unter uns
And then we also
den Le
have
Mans
here
Rekordsieger
the
Tom Christensen, der nicht weniger
record winner in Le
als
Mans, Tom Christensen,
achtmal
who won no less
eines
than
dieser
8
härtesten Rennen der Welt,
times
diesen Langstreckenrenner,
one of the
diesen
toughest
Klassiker
races in the world,
gewonnen
that
hat.
classic
Und ich
long
freue
distance
mich,
endurance race.
Dankeschön.
Thank you, thank you.
Ich freue mich
And I'm
ebenfalls
also
auf eine weitere
pleased
Legende
to have
unter
another
uns,
legend
also alles
here
Le
with us,
Mans-Legenden.
all Le
Jackie
Mans
Ickx,
legends.
der
Jackie
diesen
Ickx,
Klassiker
who
sechsmal
won
gewonnen hat.
that classic race 6 times. Jackie.
Ein Heimspiel für
Now,
unsere sympathische
our
Schweizer Motorsportlerin
friendly
Rahel Frey.
racer from
Die
Switzerland, Rahel Frey, is here with us. She's
2013
got a home
für
game, so to
uns,
speak.
für
In
Audi im
2013,
GT
she
Sport
will be racing for
an
us
den
at Audi
Start gehen
in GT
Ja,
Sport.
meine Damen und Herren,
Ladies and gentlemen,
2013
2013 is the
das wirklich
year
ein
in which we will have a
Feuerwerk der Rennsporttermine bei Audi
slew
geben.
of racing
Unsere
dates at Audi.
Sportwagenmannschaft
Our
ist kommende Woche,
sports car
also die
team
Le Mans-Fahrer
next week, that is our Le Mans
kommende
racers
sind
next
schon
week,
beim 12-Stunden-Rennen in Sebring im
will be
Einsatz.
at the 12-hour
Dort
race in
feiert
Sebring.
übrigens unser
And incidentally, our R18 e-tron
seine
Quattro will
diesjährige
be
Rennpremiere.
celebrating
Einen
its
ersten großen
global debut
Erfolg
this year at a race.
In Florida
It,
hatten wir bereits Ende Januar.
well, we already had an initial
nämlich
success in
in
Florida at a
Daytona.
race at the end of January.
Da fuhren
That was
unsere
Daytona.
Kundenteams
Our
erstmals
customer teams
bei
there
einem 24-Stunden-Rennen
were in the
einen
24-hour
Doppelsieg ein.
race where for the first time they
meine
took
Damen und
home
Herren,
a
ich
1-2
glaube,
finish. And
viel
ladies and
schöner
gentlemen,
kann eine Saison
I think
gar
that
nicht
there's no better
beginnen.
way to begin a racing season.
Meine Damen und Herren, das ist er direkt aus
Ladies and gentlemen,
Amerika.
there it is, directly straight from America.
Der
The
R8
winning
Grand
car, the
Am
R8
des
Grand Am
24-Stunden-Rennens
from the
von
24
Daytona.
hours of Daytona.
Der R8 Grand Am Out ist das
The
Auto,
R8
mit
Grand
dem wir, wie
Am
gesagt,
is the
in
car
Daytona gewonnen
that
haben.
we
Mehr
had in Daytona
als
that
die
won there. As
Hälfte
I said, more than
der Teile dieses
half of the
Fahrzeugs
parts from that
stammen
car
aus einem
are from a
Serien R8.
production R8.
Der Kundendienst
And
ist erst nach 20.000 Kilometern fällig. So viel
Service
Serienteile
was not
ist
required until after
stecken in diesem Auto.
20,000 kilometers,
Also erste Motorrevision
12,000
nach 20.000
miles. So the
Kilometern.
engine
Ja,
doesn't have to be
Audi
overhauled
engagiert sich
until that
in Zukunft ganz sicher
late.
wieder
So there's
stärker
a lot of
im US-Rennsport.
production cars in the
Ich glaube,
production parts in that car. Now,
der Doppelsieg
Audi
in
is
Daytona
moving more and more
war
into
dafür ein
U.S.
perfekter
racing, and I think the
Auftritt
1-2 finish in
und Auftakt.
Daytona was a perfect
Und
beginning
es
for
ist
that. And of
die
course,
beste Werbung
it is the best
für den
possible
R8
advertising
in
and
den
promotion
USA.
for the R8 in the United States.
Ja,
2013 will also be the year for an important anniversary. Quattro GmbH will be celebrating its 30th anniversary. Our sporty subsidiary developed the production and racing versions of the R8. The Audi RSQ3 celebrated its global debut here this morning. And with this car, we are moving into the new segment of compact, high-performance SUVs. With 8 RS models, at the end of last year, we had the widest RS variety of all time, the widest variety of fascinating, high-performance cars. 2 new members of the family are here, and we will present them to you now. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome with me, the head of Audi Motorsports, Dr. Wolfgang Ulrich, and this year's DTM drivers in alphabetical order. Philip Albuquerque from Portugal, Matthias Ekström from Sweden, Miguel Molina from Spain, Eduardo Matara from Geneva here, Mike Rockenfeller from Germany, Timo Scheider from Germany, and last but not least, Adrien Tombe from France. 7 drivers. Now, what do you think that they all have in common? Maybe you can imagine it. All of them have been on the rostrum at a DTM race. And I think, fellows, you cut a very fine figure in a suit as well. Well, fellas, do your best, step on the gas, pedal to the metal. We are looking forward to seeing what you do in this season, 2013. Let's look forward to it together. Thank you. Okay, now I would like to ask a man to come up on stage who is responsible in the Volkswagen Group for motorsports. Please welcome with me Wolfgang Düheimer, who's the head of development at Audi AG. Mr. Düheimer, welcome. Mr. Düheimer, you bear a high level of responsibility in the group, which includes, amongst other things, racing. Now, how do you think Audi in motorsports is positioned? Well, I don't think it's too hard to say that Audi and motorsports belong together. Audi really does have racing genes. For more than 30 years, Audi has been active in racing, and in that time period, they have scored rostrum places everywhere in the world. In the World Rallying Championship, Le Mans, DTM, whatever Audi tackled in racing, as a rule, ended with victories and championships. In the past few years, Audi has written racing history in an impressive way. For a sporty premium brand, of course, success on the racetrack is a very important, authentic proof of expertise. And ladies and gentlemen, motorsports at Audi is not an end in itself. Motorsports, for us, is the development laboratory for our projects of the future. For instance, just remember the successful initial introduction of diesel drive. That was the LMP1 racing prototype in 2006. That was a revolutionary approach that allowed Audi to achieve a breakthrough for diesel technology on race courses around the world. And the next stage, the next evolution was the diesel hybrid with our Audi R18 e-tron Quattro in 2012. We were back on the rostrum and once again made motorsports history. At the end of the day, our customers benefit from our success on the race course. And at Audi, it's very important for us to rigorously transfer technology from racing to production cars. Now, I don't think that there are many car makers that do that so systematically as Audi. Well, let me ask you a specific question. What does Audi learn from motorsports, from racing, for production cars? Well, we learn directly on the basis of technical development such as Quattro drive or the TFSI engine. Indirectly, we learn as a result of the treasure trove of experience that our Audi engineers have gained in motorsports at racetracks around the world, and later on, their knowledge is put into production cars. And there's another important reason for why we are involved in racing. Success on the racetrack is the best promotion for our sporty products, and our factory drivers, as you just saw them here, are outstanding brand ambassadors. Well, let me ask you something, Mr. Duheimer. Please give us a few details about the Audi RS6 Avant and the S3 Sportback. I'd be pleased to. The S3 Sportback is our sporty highlight in the A3 model series, and it will be launched in September 2013. It has power output of 300 horsepower and accelerates the S3 in 4.7 seconds from 0 to 100 and achieves maximum road speed of 250 kilometers an hour. The 2.0-liter TFSI engine was redeveloped from scratch. The new Audi RS6 Avant is our absolute top-of-the-line model in the A6 series. It's got a bi-turbo engine that kicks out 560 horsepower, accelerates from 0 to 100 in 3.9 seconds, and achieves a maximum speed of 305 kilometers an hour with its V8 engine. And ladies and gentlemen, the consumption is 30% lower. Fuel economy is better by 30%. 100 kilograms is the reduction in weight. This is sustainability, making this car future-proof. Now, we gain experience in racing, and there we know that if you have a lighter car, you get to the finish line faster and you consume less fuel. Well, the man on the other side of the technology transfer between racing and production cars is our head of motorsports, Dr. Wolfgang Ulrich. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Ulrich helped Audi win 11 victories in Le Mans. Dr. Ulrich, how closely do you work together with the teams from production car development? Well, at Audi, what people want, and therefore it's not a coincidence, that Audi Sport is part of technical development. In other words, we're an integral component of technical development, of engineering. And that is why the transfer of information is based on that close collaboration. A lot of the things that we develop and come up with on race courses, a lot of the things we learn at the race courses can be passed on quickly to our colleagues in technical development, like we, of course, always experience from their great level of experience. For our racing cars, and our colleagues in development benefit from our experience for customers, because then the sporty genes are put into production cars. And that's really only possible in the way that we've organized it. Mr. Duheimer, in DTM there's a very close link to production vehicles. Now, what significance does DTM have for Audi? Well, in German-speaking countries, DTM is the most closely watched series of races. There are more spectators at DTM races than at Formula One races, and we're up against our main competitors in the premium segment there, that is BMW and Mercedes. And that's why that series of races is extremely important for us, and it is proof positive of our engineering expertise. But, of course, DTM is becoming increasingly popular on an international level, too. For instance, in Russia, because in 2013, in August 2013, we're going to have our first DTM there. And just a couple weeks ago, we were on the Red Square in Moscow with our DTM project, and that gained a lot of attention. And I think you have a film of that. Yes, and we'll show you a brief video of that and DTM in general. And we have another surprise in store for you, ladies and gentlemen.
I need to be successful. Hopefully one day the championship will be mine.
Gell? Die sagen mir, wenn ich los. Ja? Und damit begrüßen
And on that note, we'd like to welcome a new star on our DTM team, Jamie Green from England, with our current RS5 DTM. Jamie.
Jetzt muss ich gleich
Well,
anfangen mit
now
einer
I
früheren
have got to
Mercedes-Zeit.
begin talking about your Mercedes time. You used to race against Matthias Ekström, Timo Scheider, Philipp Edo, against all these guys here.
Welches Gefühl ist es
Now,
jetzt,
what feeling do you have
mit bei Audi zu sein?
to be on the Audi team now?
Wie hat man dich empfangen? Wie hat
And
man
how
dich
were you
aufgenommen?
received?
Du bist
What
ja das
reception
Auto
were you
auch schon einmal
given?
gefahren
You've already
und hast
driven the
es
car and
getestet.
tested it. Well, I think it's great. My first test was very interesting, and my new team, well, I think that's a great situation for me. But what's important is to be strong in May, and I'm certain that's possible.
Und dann gibt es doch auch so ein Rennen am
And
Nürnberger
then there's
Nordring. Ich glaube, das hast du
a
schon
race
4-mal
in
gewonnen.
Nürnberg. I think you won that 4 times. Yes, that's true.
Und? Aber jetzt, das ist unser Heimrennen, weißt du
But
das?
now it's our home race, you know that. Yes, I hope that I'll be able to win that another time or two. But we'll see what is going to be possible for us with this car.
Herr Dr. Ulrich,
We trust in you. Okay.
dem
Dr. Ulrich,
DTM-Auto
now
steht ein
there's an entire,
RS-Modell.
there's an RS model behind the DTM car. It's a model that anybody can drive on the road, yes? Yes, no doubt about that. The RS5 DTM and the production RS5 are definitely very similar. And the RS letters have been borrowed on the occasion of the 30th anniversary of Quattro GmbH. We've added them to the car for the championship. And one thing is clear, under the bonnet or hood, these cars have very similar engines with very similar performance. That is the RS5 DTM and the RS5. The technical basis or foundation of this car is the A5 DTM, and it just went through its first season in the DTM Championship. And we're convinced that last year we did not live up to the potential of the car. Last year we think that there was a lot more potential in that car that we weren't able to take advantage of. So we've a major task now that we're working on very intensively, and I'm persuaded that this car's great potential will be taken best advantage of this year. Well, I think those are the toughest and the best objectives you can establish. Thank you, Dr. Ulrich. All the best. Jamie, good luck for you this season. Good luck to all the other drivers. Ladies and gentlemen, please stay here with us For a minute, gentlemen, stay on stage here, please. Ladies and gentlemen, we would be pleased to welcome you this year during the season at a DTM or at the World Endurance Championship race. You'll see live how fascinating motorsports is, what it's all about. Come and see us at the races, at the tracks. Now, at the end of our brief press conference here, I'd like to ask all drivers and board members to please come up on stage for a group picture. Come on up, thank you. Thank you. And I'd also like to tell you that press kits on Audi racing activities can be found over at the counter. And we've got a little surprise over there for you too. And of course, all drivers are now available for any interviews you would like to conduct. Where should we go? We'll go over around this car here.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending the Audi press conference. And now we would like to invite the members of the board onto the stage. Please use this opportunity to take photos.
Hereingetreten.